that time, Dragon Con packing time. Granted, it's only Saturday, and so I don't leave until, let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, this is one of 4 days that I have to start packing. But this is such a monumentally, like, just giant, disastrous thing that I have to do now that I have to start today or this is not gonna happen. I'm gonna get started kind of just one cosplay at a time, like laying things out. I want to be systematic about this. What's it like to pack what essentially amounts to 7 cosplays for a 5-day convention? That's a 15-hour drive away from home. It's a nightmare. And yeah, I'm gonna go through this in order of the cosplays that I'll be doing at Dragon Con so that I can kind of discuss the game plan as I go here. This is my second time going to Dragon Con. I went last year for the first time ever. I am in Chicago, so getting to Atlanta, Georgia for me is like a 15-hour road trip, but I actually have also been to MomoCon in Atlanta, so this will be my 3rd time doing this Chicago to Atlanta trip for a convention with cosplays. That being said, I have never attempted to do this many cosplays before. For those who don't know much about Dragon Con, this is a very unique show. I wish my channel had been more active last year so I could have vlogged the experience. Obviously, I will be making up for that this time by vlogging it. But, you know, as much as they call Dragon Con a convention, to me, at least as far as last year was concerned, it felt more like a citywide takeover. Dragon Con is not like in one like convention center. It is in multiple hotels, multiple buildings. It's just like all spread out around the city. There's a parade. There's like late night parties everywhere. There's events at the aquarium. It's a whole thing. This is going to be 2 days of road tripping and a 5-day show. This is a full week experience and I have to pack accordingly. So the first cosplay up on my roster, my game plan here for Dragon Con is going to be Boozette, hence these glittery, sparkly tights. I chose Boozette for Thursday because I went to the Bunny Hutch party last year. For those who don't know, the Bunny Hutch party is an adult, 21 plus party. It is Playboy bunny themed. And so a lot of people dress up in like Playboy styled variations of their cosplays, or they even make cosplays just for Bunny Hutch. I went last year and I quite enjoyed it. I'm gonna attempt to start getting some of this into a storage box. So many like odds and ends you gotta consider. Like not everything on the cosplay is attached like all the time, you know, things like the brooch, the ears. I say that I'm going to be Bunny Hutchifying this cosplay. We'll have ears, I'm gonna have a cottontail. Part of the reason I picked Boozette this year for Bunny Hutch is because I am of the opinion that things like a bunny, like bunny ears and stuff, just look so much like a Mario power-up or something. I don't know. I just think it's gonna be a really cute look for Boozette. Thank goodness that these have wires in them. Okay, I'm gonna like wrap some of this up in clothing to protect it. I was in Chinatown recently and I found these cool nails on sale that I thought looked perfect for Boozette. So I have to remember to pack stuff like this too. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting together a Ziploc bag of like miscellaneous stuff like this. Well, I'm certainly not ready to pack anything like this just yet. I'm gonna at least leave the shoes out. I kind of want to get a sense for like the shoe situation because I might end up having a few cosplays share shoes that they normally don't share, depending on how out of control the situation starts looking. I only have a Honda Civic. I can only do so much. Next up, we have to start dealing with the Mangle situation. I will be doing Mangle from Five Nights at Freddy's on Friday. Interestingly enough, Mangle will actually be the only cosplay I'm taking with me that has been to Dragon Con before. I actually almost ended up not doing Mangle this year because the packing situation is so bad. But I realized people would probably be really angry with me if Mangle didn't come to the show because Mangle is like my most popular cosplay. I'm gonna take everything out of here. I think I need to do a few small things like I want to change the battery on the heart for example. And here's Mangle already making the shoe situation so much worse. I'm also going to start packing up stuff for Roxy. Suddenly realizing that Roxy has so much to pack that she might end up being a bigger problem than Mangle. This will only be the second time I've ever taken Roxy to a show. I actually debuted her at ACEN, Anime Central, earlier this year. And I will say the makeup looked quite different back then because I was still getting used to it. I'm looking over some of the like rhinestones and stuff to see if anything needs to be fixed up at all. Definitely one of the biggest issues here is Roxy's tail, which takes up so much space. Like squash it down in there. I do see some stones here that need to be replaced, and I know it's one of those things where literally no one would notice there's missing rocks except me, but you know, the longer you let that kind of thing go, the worse it's gonna get. Well, that took like a half an hour. Back to packing. I usually have to start like bagging some of this stuff up because, for example, Roxy wears, and actually Stampton also wears, earmuffs to cover my human ears and protect the wig. These like get makeup all over them. A lot of these like chokers and stuff that I wear with a lot of these cosplays that like help hide the makeup lines, the insides of these are just like coated in makeup. So I'm actually gonna like individually wrap some of these up. Sid's happy because this window is never open. I opened it to have better lighting in here today. You so happy? I need these yellow contacts for 3 cosplays. Angle and Roxy and Undyne. This is most of Roxy here. I'm actually going to layer this paper towel here and stack Mangle on top. Weather forecast is making it look like it's probably gonna be raining, maybe even storming like every day of Dragon Con. So like there is a chance that some of these cosplays will like end up getting canceled at the last minute and I just won't wear them if there's a risk of, you know, them getting wet and damaged. But just in case, you know, we get lucky and the worst case scenario doesn't happen, I'm still gonna try to do my tradition of paddleball Mangle at every show. And last year at Dragon Con I did it in Centennial Park, so I'd like to do it again if the weather will allow it. I want to change out the batteries on this heart before Dragon Con because it's pretty faded. Let's get the back of this off. Let's see. There we go. That's a bit better. Looks like Sid wants to help. You want to help me pack? You excited for Dragon Con? Aw. What a good boy. Look at those little toe beams. Got the masks individually bagged so that I can stack them without all that disgusting makeup transferring between them like this. Nail polishes and stuff too. There's just a lot to remember. I'm so worried about these Undyne ears. I really hope nothing happens to them. These ears have survived for like 6 years. Undyne is like my earliest cosplay. First, my baby. So if these ears break, I will be like devastated. Reason that I am going to be swapping from my Roxy cosplay to Undyne is because I am taking her to the aquarium. I'm so excited. I've been like dying to go to the Georgia Aquarium, but now I finally get to go. as a fish. Get to go to the aquarium as a fish. I'm so hyped. I think this box is as full as it can get. It's got Roxy, it's got Mangle, and it actually also has Undyne. I've got another container over here that has Boozette. I'm gonna add, I think, Noelle to this one. Sid's asleep. He's so cute. Right, I've been dreading this part, but I think it's time to start getting Spamton put together. I'm gonna do Spamton Neo first, and then regular Spamton so that that one is on top and can be easily reached before Neo. It is looking like the weather is going to be very bad, possibly at DragonCon, and if that happens, I might not do Neo. I will bring it with me to the show, but I may not end up actually wearing the cosplay, so fingers crossed that it doesn't rain. Spamton Neo cosplay has so many parts. Oh, what a mess. So many safety pins that need to be fixed up too. The cosplays stabbed me so much. I think I spend half my time cosplaying just wondering, what's stabbing me at this given moment? The answer could be anything. And once again, I'm dealing with areas where we've got like missing stones. Loose nose. Let's fix it. Runny nose. Peepus. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Peepus if I bring it with me, but I'm going to bring it with me. Some of this stuff is a little too fragile. I got a backup battery because the one I've been using only lasts about an hour. So I've got 2 batteries charging now. Last year it was like 95 degrees every single day. And the thought of wearing like my thick like Spamton suit and stuff in that weather was almost unbearable to even imagine. But it sounds like this year it's going to be more like upper 70s, which is warm, but much more tolerable for wearing what I'm pretty sure is a winter suit blouse for like professional work meetings. Also, if you need proof that I get everything thrifted, yeah, most of my cosplay garments have things like that because yeah, most of it's like $7 fines from Goodwill. But I mean, kind of, it's Spamton core, right? He lives in a dumpster. He's just like me, for real, for real. Okay, well, it's an entirely new day now. It is now Sunday. So all I have left as far as days for packing goes is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I have a lot of the clothing stuff taken care of, so now it's like coming down to like the little things. Did a bunch of laundry today and I'm like waiting for certain things to dry before I can pack them. So yeah, that's another reason why like I start early. Like between needing to glue certain things for the cosplays and needing to wash things and stuff, it's like, no, the sooner the better. I'm about to do something really weird. You know, a lot of my cosplays involve fake teeth. And unluckily for me, I hate to say it, every single one of the cosplays that I'm doing at the show involves fake teeth. And I need to clean them. I don't actually know the exact correct way to clean this kind of stuff. I always get mixed messages about it online whenever I look it up. Different companies have different opinions. I just use mouthwash and a toothbrush. We start with Undyne. These are the Undyne teeth. If anyone feels like this is not the correct way to clean these teeth, go ahead and roast me in the comments. This is just how I do it. The only thing I know you don't do is don't use toothpaste on these. That seems to be the one thing everyone agrees on, is that toothpaste is too abrasive and will mess these things up. So minty in here. Oh my gosh. Mangle next. Spa day for my cosplays. These are the Boozette and Roxy fangs. These are the Noelle teeth. Last but not least, these are the Spamton teeth. Wrap up a few things with Spamton here. Gonna bag up this mask. I will say that of all the masks I've ever made, this was the worst. So if something happens to this mask at DragonCon, because I've never tried to take this to a convention before, I never traveled with it, I will lose my mind. Stamped in glasses. It lights up. Wig dilemma. How to get these wigs not only like into a car safely, but like, you know, once we get to the hotel, for example, like to get them all the way from the car to the hotel room. I have a wagon, but even the wagon is like limited in capacity. I think Mangle, this wig can lay flat without too much risk, but as the wig is just covered in makeup, definitely needs to get bagged. Take these apart so that I can at least have the wigs propped up at the hotel. Undine. I think Undine will also be able to get laid down in the box. So let's see, we got 2 boxes here that are full. This box, that box, some shoes. Some of these shoes might not come with me depending on how much space we've got. I've got another box here. Before I could put the wigs in the box, a cat found the box. Dang it, Glenn. That box isn't for you. Sid found the window again, too. So that face. So the crazy eyes. Thank you. I set up the wagon, but the cats want in. Time for the endo head to get shoved in a box to make sure that those cosplays that require remotes don't have their remotes left behind. The reason that some of these wigs, like Roxy here, have to stay upright is because some of them, like their ears or crowns or antlers, are like kind of attached to the wigs in various ways. Oh boy. Is that? What do you think? Can you make it in there? Against my better judgment, I shoved the Boozette wig in here. I really hope nothing gets damaged. I'm playing chicken with some of the stuff. These wigs might be in rough shape by the time I get to Atlanta, but hope for the best. Doing touch-ups on Undine's spear because I want to have it with me at the aquarium. I double-checked and they said weapons are allowed as long as they're noticeably fake. And considering that this one is already breaking because I'm bad with foam and I dropped this thing a few times, I think it should be pretty obvious that this is fake garbage attached to a lacrosse stick. Missing a lot of jewels here. Must have been too rough with this thing. I think I might do some extra decorating. Believe it or not, this isn't even all of it. There's Sid over there. I would say this is actually no worse than last year. It's actually strangely comparable. During last year was like 5 cosplays and this is like 7. I think I just did a better job packing. I have this giant portfolio bag that I like to use. Fun fact, it came with a Pikachu lining for no reason. I think it was just like leftover fabric that like wasn't even like necessarily supposed to be in here and it just showed up like that and I was like, oh. The bag is great because first of all I can fit like poster size prints in it because let's be real, there's no way that I will be leaving Dragon Con without some art prints. But also I can fit things like the mangle boots in it, things that maybe don't really quite fit on the wagon. Also gonna put my Ita bag. Yes, I'm putting an Ita bag inside another bagception. I also have just a, like regular old suitcase for like regular clothes and things. So yeah, this is me basically wrapping this up, which is good because it is already after 8 p.m. on Monday. And so tomorrow is the last day because I leave, like basically just sleep for a few hours and then leave immediately for Dragon Con in the morning, but more like the middle of the night. But having tomorrow as free as possible means that I'll have time to edit and upload this vlog before I go. Yeah, I'll just be like doing like the finishing touches tomorrow. By the time y'all see this vlog, I will be, if not on the way to Atlanta, Georgia, I will already be in Atlanta, Georgia. So I know this is a bit of a crude sign off here, but I don't have time to make more footage than what you have just now witnessed. So yeah, I am excited. If you enjoy this kind of content, like weird cosplay vlogging and unique-ish stuff like that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel where you can also just see a lot of my cosplay content in general. I live stream constantly, cosplay streams, art streams, all kinds of stuff. I might even live stream at Dragon Con, but only if there's time. We shall see. I like the video, comment, share it. All that stuff helps a lot. And look forward to the actual vlog because it's going to be real long and big and full of shenanigans, and I'm hype, if you couldn't tell by all the flailing that I'm doing. Next time I see you all, Dragon Con things be happening or will have happened. I kind of can't believe it. I booked the hotel for this show like 8 months ago, so needless to say, I've been looking forward to this. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye. Then Glenn wants me to go.